G'day friends! Today I've got a really fun project for you, and it's a Jane Davenport Mixed Media shadow box. So this came about because I love doing shadow boxes. I actually love displaying anything that I've been working on, and I know it takes a little bit of courage to put your stuff on display because, you know, we're not all super happy with everything that we do, but I know that you guys have been playing in your art journals, and I've been seeing a ton of stuff on social media, and I absolutely think you're all ready to start displaying your own work. So I wanted to show you a really fun, simple way to create something that's a little dimensional, a little interactive, a little interesting, and still full of your own personal touches. So I'm displaying it with all the Jane Davenport Mixed Media range. You can obviously use anything you have access to, and you can just see it's just a lot of trial and error. I found out that I wanted to cut this girl out completely. I thought it would be a better contrast than leaving her on her background. But yeah, you can put your own girls on there, put your own paint on there. You can literally do anything, obviously. So I'm just fiddling around with the positioning. I wanted her on the front of the matting. The matting is that white little frame there you see. So this shadow box was actually 9 by 11 inches, the frame is, but the actual opening is only 4.5 by 6.5 inches. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of adjusting if you want to get real specific and pre-plan out like I did. You know, just put it back in the frame, see what you want to cut off, put it back in the frame again, see if you want to do anything else to it. But like anything, if you feel like you've made a mistake, there's always a way to fix it. So just get creative and let go. I mean, this shadow box is from Big W. So anyone in Australia that wants to do this, I'm pretty sure you can get it from Big W, and it's not very expensive. Everyone else, you know, eBay, Walmart, Amazon, whatever you want. But yeah, so this one actually fit the Jane Davenport papers perfectly. So I didn't even have to cut the background. And you'll see I left the whole piece of paper for the background just because it needs to sit on top of the little plastic divider. That's what sets the matting a little far away from the backing. Does that make sense? See that little plastic thing there? That's what'll pop your matting forward from the background. But you want to keep the whole background because you're going to create on top of that, and that's where I'm going to put all my little dimensional pieces. So she looked like she was already picking flowers in the paper pad, and I love this image. I think it's so cute. The watercolor paper in the background, that's also from the paper pad. So I just went ahead and used them straight as they were because, you know, they're already good, so I didn't need to do anything to it. And I've got my mermaid markers here, and I'm just going to create little abstract flowers. I thought I want to make her still pick a bunch of flowers, but that's the part that I want to make dimensional. And I'm just going to show you can do it all with cardstock. You can do it all with paper. You just need some foam dots. Even if you don't have foam dots, you can cut up little scraps of cardboard and just glue it to the back. Anything to pop that out. And I've got some washi tape here. This is what I'm going to use to make the grass, the reeds, the stems, the grass, whatever you want to call it. And I'll show you a fun little way to cut that up and make that dimensional. But I'm still working intuitively here. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I don't plan this stuff out. Like, you know, the type of flowers, that's taken straight from Jane. I love when she puts the watercolor down and does those little, what would you call those? Those little loops? Little loops of color. I thought that'd be a great way to tie it all together and give it a very Jane feeling, because I know we all love that look. So yeah, just pop your mermaid marker down. You can do it with watercolor, you could do it with pencil, you could do it with Copic marker, you could literally do it with anything. Crayons. And this is also a great project if you want to get your kids involved. If you've got little granddaughters, grandsons, children, friends, random kids that pop up to your home every now and then for playgroup, I don't know, whatever you've got. Kids love doing stuff like this because it's all about stacking and kind of, it's a little puzzle play. You've got to figure out how it all fits together and just help them with the scissors, obviously. Also, I just noticed my hands are so dirty. That's white gesso, everybody, so it's craft related, but sorry about that. I've been doing a ton of stuff today, and I guess I just didn't even think to get that gesso off my hands. But anyway, using a pencil, just curling up some of those little strips. I mean, does that even really look like grass? No, it absolutely does not. I don't even know what it looks like. But for this purpose, why bother? I mean, it's all a little abstract, it's all a little kooky. yeah, this is all personal taste, obviously, the decoration part. But I just wanted to show you that using a shadow box is a really fun and simple way to make your own home decor that's very personalized to you, that's very, your aesthetic, and you can put your own little quote in there. I put a quote in there, goodness, I can't for the life of me remember exactly what it says, and I don't want to misquote it. So hopefully I'll see myself writing it in a second and I can tell you. But yeah, I got the little Jane washi girls, the little swatch, the swatch washi tape with the little heads on it, you know the one I'm talking about, the fashion one? And I just put those in the center because why not? Right? I'll put anything anywhere. It's fine by me. You can always make it work. And you know what? If you don't like it, try again. Start again. See that whole piece of paper? You could do a million different flowers until you found the one you wanted. If you even want to do this project, I mean, you can do this with a mermaid. You can make turn the grass into seaweed. You can put little fish in the grass, or in the seaweed, sorry. Do whatever you want. Just go nuts. Go completely nuts. All the way ultra. Just do it all. And yeah, it's just a shadow box. I can't make it sound any more fantastical than that. It's a simple shadow box. Oh, Michael's has these too, and Michael's always has a great coupon, so you can grab a shadow box from there. I've actually done a bunch of shadow box projects before, so this was kind of a natural fit for me to include in the Davenparty blog, and I just wanted to share with you how simple it was. A lot of people don't realize that there's always a simple way to do something. I didn't even think I cut corners in this one. Like, to be honest, this is how I would make any of them. So, so good for me for not cutting corners, right? There are the little foam dots. These are American Craft foam dots, and since I had them available, I was just going to use those. But like I said, if you don't have foam dots, don't worry. You can get foam tape and cut it up. And like I said, you can improvise. If you've got a little scrap piece of cardboard from an Amazon box or something, cut it into little squares and just glue it onto the back of whatever you want to pop out, and then just glue that onto your backing. So when I put the frame on, I don't know if this was obvious, I actually made little marks on the back, on the background, so that I could see exactly what I could see when I'm looking at the frame. And that's just so that when I created the background, nothing I put down there was going to disappear behind the matting and be a waste of time even creating. So here I'm just laying the frame on top just so I can get a reference point for where I want to put the quote. You could also measure that point out too, but I just didn't want to put on pencil lines all over that white because I was too lazy to rub them out. So I just put the quote straight on top there. Yeah, it's so fun, it's so simple, and I know that you're all super creative and are going to find 25,000 different ways to do this and make it completely personal to you. I tried a fun little technique this time too, because my lettering is like so. So I put I actually turned the page upside down and decorated the lettering just to see if it would inspire anything new out of me. And I tried to do the same tricks that I was doing before, honestly, but I figured that if I had less of an opportunity to try and make it look right and pretty, that I might get a more interesting effect. And as I turned it over, it was a little different, but to be honest, it was kind of the same. But you don't know if you don't try, right? I like it. I like the quote. So it says, like wildflowers, you must allow yourself to grow in the places people thought you wouldn't? People thought you wouldn't? Is that what it said? Oh my goodness. People never thought you would. Or people thought you never would. That's it, that's the quote. Anyway, so here's the finished product. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find your own inspiration and go and make your own shadow box. Share it with us on social media, obviously, because I love to see your projects come to life. And yeah, happy crafting, everybody. Bye.